Welcome to the Megacast. I'm Tyler Keefe, welcoming you to our live, local, 5 days a week look into all things Michigan. Today, we'll be talking about a whole host of different topics, including fun stuff and important news happening right here in the state of Michigan. Let's get into today's headlines on our website on civiccentertv.com. On our local news page, our top story today is from Sarah Rahal at the Detroit News as Michigan added 23,165 cases from COVID-19 and 103 deaths from COVID-19 to its totals on Wednesday. That's up from 44% from metrics collected in the week before, according to the MDHHS. As of Monday, 6.4% of Michigan's hospital beds were filled with COVID-19 patients. That is significantly lower, however, than in January, where it peaked at about 24% during the greatest week of those metrics. 10 Michigan counties at this time continue to be in the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's high-risk category for spread of COVID-19 in their community. Those counties are Baraga, Crawford, Dickinson, Iron, Keweenaw, Ontonagon, Otsego, Roscommon, Schoolcraft, and St. Joseph counties. Additionally, making headlines on civiccentertv.com on our local news page from the Detroit Free Press's Miriam Marini, the boil water advisory that was issued over the weekend after a water main break in Port Huron, affecting over 100,000 Metro Detroiters that yesterday was reported to be extended for 2 weeks during routine repairs, has now been extended to 3 weeks. Originally, the 2-week repair period that now only affects a fraction of the number of communities that were originally affected by the water main break was originally scheduled to have 1 week for repairs and another week to test the water and make sure it was safe for residents in those affected areas to resume consuming their water normally. It would now appear that those repairs and those tests need just a little bit more time to be completed thoroughly and ensure that safe water returns to those communities. The water main break occurred on Saturday, sparking a boil water advisory for, at that time, 23 communities in metropolitan Detroit. That advisory remains in place now and upwards of 3 weeks going forward for the following areas: Almont, Bruce Township, Birchville Township, Imlay City, Rochester, Shelby Township, and Washington Township. Finally, making headlines on our local news page from Bridge, Michigan's Tracy Moriello, the OK to Say student safety hotline here in Michigan, last year saw an over 2/3 spike in submitted tips among rumors of in-school violence, such as shootings, as well as those unfortunate and ridiculous false reports that happened all across the state following the tragic events at Oxford High School on November 30th of last year. Nearly 2,000 tips in total, just over 1,700, were related to potential attacks, leading many of those tips, of course, leading to aforementioned school closures. The OK to Say tip line was founded in 2014 and provides students opportunities to report potential threats as well as ongoing abuse, bullying, drug use, and other issues in their school or in their community. The phone number is 855-OK-to-SAY or 855-565-2729. You can also text OK to Say with anonymous tips or information at 652-729. Again, that text number is 652-729. Email at oktosay@mi.gov. That's OK, the number 2, say at mi.gov, or visit the OK to Say website at mi.gov/OK, the number 2, say, mi.gov/OK to Say for more information. This is a free service at this time that is provided all across the state of Michigan in each and every community. Again, mi.gov/OK, the number 2, say for more information. All those headlines on our website at civiccentertv.com on our local news page, where you can read those articles in full. Click through, read them on those publications' websites, and of course, if you have the means to do so while you're on those publications' websites, if you can, we highly suggest that you subscribe to those publications and support journalism on the local level in your community. Also on our local news page at civiccentertv.com, of course, we have those accurate and up-to-date links to COVID-19 information from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention at the federal level, the state levels, Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and the Oakland County Health Division as well in Lower Michigan. We have a great program ahead on this Wednesday edition of the Megacast. Coming up next, we'll dive into an immersive art experience and then plenty of more fun news and information coming up after that. This is the Megacast.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu. Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
Let's relish these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the festivals going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
Let's savor these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
Connect with local leaders, philanthropists, and more. The Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce presents the 2022 Leadership Breakfast. Join the Chamber for a morning of insight with guest speaker Laura Graneman, with the whole event emceed by Fox 2 News anchor Roop Raj. Join your local businesses at the Wabeat Country Club September 13th at 8:30 a.m. Order your tickets by September 6th at westbloomfieldchamber.com/breakfast. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Megacast, our live daily 1-hour TV, radio, and streaming show about all things Michigan. I'm Tyler Kieft. Learn more about the program by visiting civiccentertv.com/megacast, where you'll find information on our entire network of stations, including My Michigan TV, and find all of our full shows and each individual interview conversation we have 5 days a week, every single day. On demand. So you can watch the program live on Civic Center TV on our website at civiccentertv.com or on demand on civiccentertv.com/megacast, and as well as many other cable television and radio outlets all throughout Oakland County and across the Great Lakes state. Well, you've probably seen a lot of art in your life, and maybe you've gone to art galleries and enjoyed some classic pieces of art or recreations of that art, but you've probably never seen it in a way that our next guest is presenting it to our communities. Richard Zazonian is joining us. He's the creative consultant at Lighthouse Immersive, located right here in the state of Michigan in Detroit. Richard, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, happy to be here.
Appreciate having you on. So first off, tell us about the Lighthouse Immersive experience. It's in multiple cities throughout the U.S. and in Canada as well, in Toronto. Tell us about this experience and what sets this apart from other art-loving experiences.
Well, the concept of doing immersive art shows actually started in Europe about maybe 15 years ago. And they like to do it in cathedrals and caverns and, real site-specific places. But the two heads of our organization, Corey and Svetlana, were in Paris and saw this tremendous Immersive Van Gogh exhibition that later featured, if you ever saw the TV Netflix series Emily in Paris, she goes to it on one of her dates. And they liked it, but felt they wanted to do more with it, make it more immersive. And they got Massimiliano Siccardi, who created it, to come. He didn't come physically because we were in COVID by then, but he rethought the show for Toronto, where people go into a 360-degree room, really large room, and the show is broadcast all over on all the walls. And people took to this immediately. Even, again, in 2020, at the height of COVID, 200,000 people came to see it in Toronto in 6 months. And the doors opened after that, and we're now in 20 cities in North America, 19 in America and 1 in Canada. And people just love these shows. We have about 5-6 of them on the market in various cities at the moment. It's a way to literally get immersed. The art surrounds you. There's no speaking, there's no reading, there's some terrific music, which often mixes pop with classical, with original, and you get some of the best art you've ever seen, blown up, edited. You know, it's, to use a term, it's an art mashup. That's what it really is, but it's pure in intent, and it blows people away.
So when people are going out of their way to see Van Gogh's art, they want to see what he created. They wanted to see that in the way it was created. But then this experience kind of takes that to the next level. Like you said, it's a little bit of taking the usual art going experience and kind of blowing that up into huge proportions that make this an immersive experience. How does that add to the experience of taking in the beauty and the detail of an artist like Van Gogh?
Well, in the first place, it democratizes it enormously. I mean, most of us can't afford to go to, let's say, Amsterdam, where most of the Van Gogh paintings are. And when you do get there, you find, as I did when I went on a trip a few years ago, you know, they're really small. They're not giant canvases. And you can stand close to them, you can look at them and see the detail, but it's a different kind of experience. It's very much, I'm zooming in. Whereas this way, we take those identical paintings, we don't muck around with them, we don't Photoshop them or edit them. We do like take a segment and then blow it up to fill a whole wall. And it's a way you can sit there and go, look at this. I'm like, if it's a Van Gogh self-portrait, you can look right into his eyes and see what he was going through. Or if it's the famous Starry Night, you can maybe start to feel what he felt like when he painted it, because the night is all around you the way it was all around him. I generally find people who love the show, which is most of them, talk about it in emotional terms. You know, I was moved, I cried, I laughed, it blew me away, I was knocked out. It's the kind of thing you normally hear people saying if they've just been to a great live music concert.
Yeah, it's really a compelling experience too, because like you said, it puts you in the eyes of the artist, but
Right.
it really puts you in the mind of the artist, even beyond that, because as someone that creates, that is a creative, and as someone that has taken a lot of art in different forms, usually in the form of television or movies, or even through a book, so often, you know, when you're reading, you are closing your eyes, or so to speak, and imagining this world that you're in. And with an artist, especially a painter, you're able to see what they're visualizing. This experience is interesting because it kind of allows you to walk through that world that they imagine in their head,
Right.
and put onto the canvas.
I mean, it's great. Something that you don't have to know before the Van Gogh show, but if you happen to find it out, it makes it even more illuminating, is Siccardi thought, I wonder what went through Van Gogh's mind, because he did shoot himself and killed himself, in that second before he pulled the trigger. And what he does is, you know, start out with this cacophony of darkness and noise and things, and then takes us into this gorgeous experience of all the bright yellow Van Gogh ever did, a moment of pure joy, and then goes backward through chronologically through a lot of his life. But again, it's not like, you know, there's no little sign saying 1878 or 1876. It just flows with it, and you get to recreate moments, and you go through his journey when he did go into an institution and for mental health for a while, when he had severe breakdowns. At the end of his life, Tyler, he painted 70 pictures in 70 days. So obviously, you know, with perspective now, you could say, I think maybe he was in a manic elation and painting in that, but we get to feel at the end of it what he felt like as the paintings keep coming at us, and the color explodes and the music swells. They use a piece by Mussorgsky, Pictures at an Exhibition, and as you hear that music building and you see the color and the lights, you go, wow, and then you realize, of course, how he ended. And it's very moving, but it's also, I keep saying, it's visceral. You're surrounded by things that are like 5 times, 6 times higher than you.
We're joined by Richard Zonian from the Lighthouse Immersive, joining us on the Megacast. He's the creative consultant for Lighthouse Immersive. You can visit their Detroit website by visiting lighthouseimmersive.com/Detroit. Currently ongoing is the Immersive Van Gogh exhibit, as well as the Immersive Klimt Detroit exhibit. But you have an exciting new show coming up in November. Tell us about that upcoming program.
I'm very excited about this because we just have opened it in our first 2 cities, in Denver and Toronto, where I live. It's the first one that isn't an artist. It's Immersive King Tut, because we're coming up to this November, when it's going to be in Detroit, is the 100th anniversary of the discovery of King Tut's tomb, down to the day, which is very exciting. But what we're doing here is, again, totally different. We're not just taking pictures of all the masks and the coffins and the mummies that you've seen before and broadcasting them. You're able to see a lot of those things in our exhibit, but when you get into the film, we wanted to maybe get a little bit more into Egyptian culture and religion. And the ancient Egyptians believed that when your tomb was sealed shut, you had 12 hours to journey through the underworld past all of the forces of chaos. If you got through to the light at the other end, you lived forever. And everybody you knew was happy forever. What happens on that journey? That's what we show. The boat that you sail through the river of the underworld, the demons who try to destroy you, the power of the sun god who helps you. Again, it's like larger than life. At one point, the serpent that they send to destroy Tut literally comes in and wraps 360 degrees around the room, and you can feel as Tut must have felt on that journey. So this is, again, completely different. It's also very exciting and immersive, but it's based on a historical fact. And we feel this has opened another door, that we can actually take people into moments, into times in history, or religion, or pop culture even. I'm not allowed to give things away, but there's a couple of shows on our agenda at the moment that are very pop culture oriented. Because we're finding this technique appeals to people. Larger than life, something you can share also safely, reasonably economically, and easily. Not everybody is still up for going to an amphitheater and hearing their big group up close. Or if you're a family, you can't always do it. These shows are not geared at kids, but they are youth friendly. So, you can go with the whole family, and we see families going. Spoiler alert, the young people really love the real sand that's on the ground in the King Tut exhibit. They sit there and play with it and think this is great.
More information can be found on lighthouseimmersive.com/Detroit, including how you can buy tickets for the Immersive Van Gogh, Immersive Klimt Detroit show, as well as their upcoming Immersive King Tut show here in Detroit. This is in cities all throughout North America, including Boston, Chicago, Denver, right here in Detroit, Phoenix, in Toronto as well, nearby, in our neighbors, with our neighbors in Canada, and in other nearby cities such as Columbus. It's in Ohio, but I guess this is nice. You can see it right here in Detroit, in the state of Michigan. We appreciate your time, Richard. Thanks for joining us today.
I was happy to be here today. Thanks a lot, Tyler.
lighthouseimmersive.com/Detroit for more information, as well as how you can buy tickets for their ongoing show, their upcoming show, with the upcoming Immersive King Tut show coming up in November, beginning on November 4th. It opens November 4th in the Detroit area. And you can also keep up to date on all their other upcoming shows, including some of those exciting experiences that Richard teased in this interview. We'll take a break here on the Megacast. On the other side, so much of our life today is online, and so many of our businesses are also online, whether it's content creators or your local mom and pop shop. It all comes down to digital marketing. We will speak with an individual from Oakland University. Sam Mertens joins us next to talk about Oakland University's special digital marketing certificate program on the Megacast.
Let's whoop it up for these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the cheering going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu. Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
Let's relish these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the festivals going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
Welcome back to the Megacast. I'm Tyler Keefe, here with our live 1-hour daily program on TV, radio, and streaming all across the Great Lakes State. Learn more about the show by visiting civiccentertv.com/megacast, where you'll find information on our entire network of stations, including our co-flagship My Michigan TV. And of course, we're live every day, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. now, formerly a 2-hour show, now a 1-hour program, a little bit faster paced. So let's get back into it. And we're now joined by Sam Mertens, an instructor for the Digital Marketing Certificate Program at Oakland University, with us on the Megacast. Sam, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate having you on. So much of our life today is online, and that includes in our business community, especially during the pandemic. We saw the impact of marketing online and marketing in digital formats, and its ability to maintain businesses through times of crisis, but also bolster them during more normal times, like we're sort of in at this moment in time. So tell us a little bit about the Digital Marketing Certificate Program at Oakland University and how it can be helpful for individuals who are already maybe in the business community or are looking to maybe change their career path.
Yeah. So the certificate is actually really, really helpful. It is an excellent program that will take students, young, old, new, fresh out of college, and trying to explore new possible routes for their career through the basics of digital marketing. If you're unfamiliar with the whole breadth of availability in the digital marketing portfolio, this is a great course for you to learn the basics. You'll learn everything from the power of SEO to social media marketing to content strategy. And you can do it all at home. And I think that's been such a really great relief for a lot of folks, especially those that are already working or trying to maintain their career or job of choice, but want to explore something new. This course can be done on your own time completely. Once you finish the coursework, again, which is up to your discretion as to when you want to do it, you have some time to take the exam, which can also be taken online. So you may choose to go to a testing facility, but you also may choose to do it at home from the comfort of your own desk. And it's a really great flexible way to get acquainted with the basics of digital marketing, but also get accredited for it to be able to maybe put that on your LinkedIn portfolio or your resume or, whatever it is that you're using to talk to new potential employers.
From an instructional standpoint and an academic standpoint, you mentioned so much of this program. The benefit of this program is the flexibility of it. But academically speaking, in terms of the learning experience, how does this differ from a traditional marketing degree program in the way that it is executed and also in the way that people earn this certificate?
Yeah, great question. So this course is still offered through Moodle, which is the online course or online program through Oakland University. So you access all of your course materials through an online portal. But again, you can access them whenever you like. So it's not as if you have to show up every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. and get the instruction from a particular instructor. You're able to access all of this coursework on your own time from home, from your home computer. Maybe you're on vacation with your family and you have some downtime. You can watch some videos that the course provides, teaching you about specific elements of digital marketing and even walking you through programs like Google AdWords or Facebook marketing profiles. It's really helpful in that way. Oakland University, though, has been working specifically with some instructors, myself included, to offer a once a week or once every other week question and answer session. So those are scheduled. Last semester we did them, I believe it was Wednesdays. And we would just kind of log into a Zoom and I could answer any questions that students that are taking the courses may have. I am accredited myself. I went through the program, took the exam, passed it, and I have about 15 years of career experience in digital marketing. That's super helpful. So what I'm able to provide is, real world experience, case studies from brands that are out in the space right now that may help answer or provide context to questions about the material that students are reading about and learning about.
Find more information on oakland.edu/PACE, oakland.edu/PACE for more information. And of course, navigate through Oakland University's website to learn more about their other degree programs and certificate programs as well. Oakland.edu for all of that information. Sam Mertens joins us on the Megacast, instructor in the digital marketing certificate program at Oakland University. And so it is great because this is convenient. This is on your own time. It's teaching a topic and a subject area that is incredibly important in all sectors of business today. For those that are earning this certificate, what benefit can it give them if they are a business owner, or even if there's somebody that is looking to make a career change and maybe go into a side of industry that is this versatile?
Yes, I think that this is so beneficial for our Michigan-based small businesses. Obviously, as you mentioned at the top of our conversation, there have been a lot of challenges for small businesses, especially ones that opened, 2018, 2019, that maybe weren't well versed in this area. And there's so much power behind digital marketing and content creation that can really start to put a business on the map, so to say. I think there's a lot of opportunity here for small business owners to really get their business known, seen, understood, and aware of out in the digital world, whether it's in your social marketing or, again, SEO or AdWords. We can really get people exposed, get their businesses driving conversions, both online and offline. For those that maybe are looking for a career change, this is really a great way to kind of dip your toe in this space without committing to, an MBA. An MBA feels really overwhelming. It feels really intimidating. This is a great opportunity to spend, half a year, maybe or so, learning about the basics, seeing if it's something that actually interests you without having to invest the time, energy, and quite frankly, financial commitment into a full-blown MBA.
So you mentioned the financial commitment. That's often one thing that does really scare some people away from, and for good reason, from degree programs, especially at the university level. What is the expense, to your knowledge, behind this certificate program at Oakland University?
Yeah, it is significantly less from a 2 or 4 year degree. All the full pricing details are available on the Oakland website, which you gave just a little bit earlier. I don't have the full information at my fingertips, but I do know that after many conversations with both instructors and the PACE program in general, it was priced accordingly to, again, not intimidate individuals, really get people experienced with a broader knowledge of digital marketing without the financial commitment of even a 2 year degree in a lot of senses.
We're joined by Sam Mertens. She is an instructor in Oakland University's Digital Marketing Certificate Program, joining us on the Megacast. You can find more information, again, on that program by visiting oakland.edu/PACE, oakland.edu/PACE. That will bring you through their business school, their professional and community and continuing education section of their website. You navigate through there, go under business, marketing, and public administration. And the second in that drop-down menu is Digital Marketing Certificate. You'll find more information on the program, and you can register at that website as well. Oakland.edu/PACE is the place to start. In terms of a time commitment, you mentioned earlier, and we've mentioned it multiple times, that this is a course, a set of courses you can take on your own time. If somebody is interested in this and they want to make that commitment, just how long of a time commitment would it be just in total for somebody? Is this a few weeks in total? Is this maybe a few months? How long does this program take?
Yeah, that's a great question. When I went through the certification myself, just kind of clarifying that everybody's different, but when I went through myself, I spent about an hour to 2 hours per week for just under 4 or 5 months. Some weeks it was a little more, some weeks it was nothing, but that's really the great part about the program is it offers you that flexibility. So if you do have a family vacation planned or a really big week at work, you don't have to feel like you're falling way behind or you're going to be unprepared for a specific pop quiz or exam. You really get to learn all of the coursework on your own time. So we do offer meetings, again, as I'm the instructor, every other week. Throughout the semester, but the semester is in your kind of classic sense. We start it when we have enough people that are registered and interested, and we go for a course of about, as I said, 3 to 4 months, and then you can spend some extra time studying as you lead into your exam, which you get to also schedule at your discretion.
Ultimately, Sam, people are going to take this course because it's beneficial to their business. It could be beneficial to their career and their long-term success in life. So knowing that being a critical factor here, for those that are interested in going through this program or have enrolled in this program, what sort of opportunities are there for them afterward in having a certificate like this from Oakland University?
In my opinion, it's innumerable. Again, I've been working in this area for the last 15 years or so. I'm very passionate about it, and we are, as someone who's actively recruiting for large-scale advertising agencies, we are not necessarily looking for people who have 4, 6, 8-year degrees anymore. We're looking for people who have experience in the world with products or on behalf of clients that we are representing. And this type of certification can put your hat in the ring if you don't necessarily have a 4 or 6-year degree. This is the type of information we're looking for people to have a broad understanding of when they come to work for large-scale agencies, so that you can start being part of the advertising and communications community. It's not a requirement anymore to have, an MBA and 10 years experience to work at these types of places. We're getting more and more creative with the types of people we want to bring on board. And so if this is a career change you're looking to make or an advancement you're looking to explore, this type of certification through Oakland University on behalf of the Digital Marketing Institute is one that we find to be accredited enough so that we will, start to have conversations and interviews with folks that don't necessarily have that degree that used to be absolutely required.
We're joined by Sam Mertens, instructor in the Digital Marketing Certificate Program at Oakland University, with us on the Megacast. Sam, just another couple minutes with you before we'll need to say goodbye today. Anything else at this time that people should know in the community if they're interested in taking this program anywhere in the state of Michigan or around the U.S. from Oakland University, online and on their own time?
Yeah, I would just say again, if you're interested in exploring, especially if you're a small business owner or someone who is maybe just about or just had just started college and you're learning, you're eager to learn more about digital marketing, this is such a great low risk opportunity for you to explore that area of intelligence. I think it is, the further you get in business, any kind of business, the more you're exploring digital marketing, the more you need to know about how the many facets of digital marketing work. And this is a wonderful program, speaking from experience, as I did take it and am accredited as well, that can offer you that baseline information. And being joined by an instructor on a regular basis can help offer some of that contextual experience throughout your learning as well.
Sam, appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us and telling us more about this program.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
You can learn more about the Digital Marketing Certificate Program from Oakland University by visiting their website, oakland.edu/PACE. That will take you to the website of their Professional and Continuing Education Department, where you can navigate and learn more and register if you're interested and would like to take a crack at a digital marketing certificate from Oakland University, oakland.edu/PACE. We'll take a break here on the Megacast. On the other side, the Woodward Dream Cruise is happening this weekend in Metro Detroit. How you can participate in all the fun and activities while also supporting those in need right here in Metro Detroit. Dean Herzog, the social media coordinator at Grace Centers of Hope, joins us next on the Megacast.
Connect with local leaders, philanthropists, and more. The Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce presents the 2022 Leadership Breakfast. Join the Chamber for a morning of insight with guest speaker Laura Graneman, with the whole event emceed by Fox 2 News anchor Roop Raj. Join your local businesses at the Wabeat Country Club September 13th at 8:30 a.m. Order your tickets by September 6th at westbloomfieldchamber.com/breakfast. We'll see you there.
Let's whoop it up for these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the cheering going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu. Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
Welcome back to the Megacast, our live daily 1-hour TV, radio, and streaming show about all things Michigan. I'm Tyler Kieft. Learn more about the program by visiting civiccentertv.com/megacast, where you'll find information on our entire network of stations, including My Michigan TV, our co-flagship, which you can also find at mymytv.com. That's MYMITV.com for all their original programming and imported programming from all across the state of Michigan, My Michiganders like you and I. And you can also find more info on how you can download their free smartphone and smart TV apps. Watch My Michigan TV programming at home, on big screen, on your phone, and on the road, anywhere, anytime, with a free My Michigan TV app, or of course, view it online on their website, mymytv.com. Well, the Woodward Cruise is one of the largest gathering events for car enthusiasts in the entire country, and it's coming up this weekend in the Metro Detroit area. With that comes celebrations and different events that happen all throughout the week leading up, including on the official day of Saturday, August 20th. One of those events in our local area will be helping some people in need that are being served right here in Metro Detroit. Dean Herzog is the social media coordinator at Grace Centers of Hope located in Pontiac and joins us now on the Megacast. Dean, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me, Tyler.
Appreciate having you on. So first off, for those that aren't familiar with Grace Centers of Hope's work in Pontiac and who it serves, can you tell us a little bit about Grace Centers of Hope and who they help?
Sure. Grace Centers of Hope is a homeless shelter and year-long life skills program in Pontiac, Michigan. We cater to men, women, and children who are addicted, homeless, and just generally broken, have nowhere to go. Grace Centers of Hope helps restore the faith in their lives and restore hope.
And these programs that they're running that support these men, women, and children and these families are ran free of charge, but to those individuals, but it comes at a great expense. So it's all the more important why fundraising events are critical for nonprofits like Grace Centers of Hope. And you have a great fun event coming up. It's the first annual Cruising with GCH happening this weekend, August 20th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tell us a little bit about the fun and activities through Grace Centers of Hope that are happening in celebration of the Woodward Dream Cruise.
So this event was put together not so much as an event, more so a friend-making event, I guess you can call it. So this event is our first annual Cruising with GCH car event. We do plan to have it next year as well. So some of the details are we have a ton of family fun available for the entire community, actually. We have 5 food vendors. Those include Pizza Pazza, which will be serving personal pizzas. Bounce with Us will have popcorn and snow cones. Dr. Tia's Bake Shop will be bringing banana bread, cheesy bread, and some delicious sticky buns. More Cheesecake will be serving none other than cheesecake. T-Dub's Grubs will be serving up some delicious barbecue, and Riley's Catering will be serving up some delicious breakfast food with us.
So from Grace Centers of Hope's perspective, why this event and why now to run this and to begin this hopefully new tradition that helps so many people in Pontiac and beyond?
Well, so first off, we were extremely blessed to have a longtime anonymous donor donate a classic automobile for us to be raffled off at this event. So that was the first step when he made this donation to us and told us, listen, this is how I want this event to go. This is how I want my car put on to someone else that can enjoy it as much as I have. So that was what gave us the idea for the Dream Cruise event. This is my first event that I'm throwing for Grace Centers of Hope, but I have had a blast, honestly, working with the community, working with the vendors, and working with everyone who's involved with the event so far.
GraceCentersOfHope.org is their website. Celebrating 80 years of hope, established in 1942. You can learn more about the nonprofit, the services that they provide, ways that you can volunteer and help through financial means as well by visiting GraceCentersOfHope.org. And if you go to their website, GraceCentersOfHope.org/cruising with GCH, you can find more information on this upcoming event. It's going to be happening this weekend, August 20th from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. It'll be located at the Grace Gospel Fellowship, 65 East Huron Street in Pontiac. All are welcome to the event. That will have food trucks as well. And of course, as Dean mentioned, they will be raffling off a car, a 1956 Chevy Bel Air Convertible, $25 per raffle ticket or $100 to buy a bulk package of tickets, which gets you 5 tickets in total. And it really helps that this event is surrounded by the Woodward Dream Cruise. We're going to have so many car lovers out there. And when people do come to this event, they do make donations. They do buy raffle tickets. Where do those funds go then within the organization? What sort of programs are there that allow that these funds will go toward to help people through difficult times in their life?
Yeah, so a little bit more about Grace Centers of Hope. We operate on a nearly $8 million budget, which will be this upcoming year's budget. We do take no government funding, so we do rely on our amazing donors to help donate, and help keep this place running. Last year, we served over 127,000 warm, nutritious meals to our to our clients, which is over $275,000 that donors that don't know any of the individuals in the program graciously donated just to help.
We're joined by Dean Herzog. He is the social media coordinator at Grace Centers of Hope, joining us on the Megacast. Again, their upcoming Cruising with GCH event, the first annual Cruising with GCH event, is happening Saturday, August 20th in Pontiac, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. You can find more information on the event, gracecentersofhope.org. That is gracecentersofhope.org. And you mentioned it's family fun. And you mentioned in the description, it's family fun for everybody here. So it's a little something for everyone in the family, whether it be the parents or it be the children or the whole family together. Can you tell us about that and what that played in and what played into having that element in this event to really bring more people in and give an experience that's a little bit for everybody?
Yes, sir. So as people know, like as I've mentioned, Grace Centers of Hope operates with no government funding. So one thing that we love so much is how the city of Pontiac, how our community gets behind Grace Centers of Hope, supports us, benefits us, and does whatever they can do to really help us out. So this event is more so to benefit the community that's given so much to Grace Centers of Hope. We want to give a little bit back. We want to give some love. We want to give some friendliness, fun, and just an overall good event. As you know, Grace Centers of Hope, operates on donations, but the objective for this event is not to raise money. It's more so to make new friends.
This is their first annual Cruising with GCH event. You can learn more information about all their programs at Grace Centers of Hope. That fundraising opportunities such as this go toward by visiting gracecentersofhope.org, gracecentersofhope.org for more information. Dean, is of course, you got to pay for the raffle tickets, the $5 for 100 tickets or one ticket for $25. But beyond that, is this event free to the public or is there a charge for people to attend?
Yes, so the event will be completely free to the public. The only thing that we're asking, obviously, the vendors that were kind enough to be here, for our event, they will be charging prices individually, and Grace Centers of Hope will actually be getting a percentage of those sales. So purchasing the food obviously directly benefits Grace Centers of Hope. So I also forgot to mention for people with children, we're going to be having a obstacle course bounce house, which is, I think it's super cool, and I would honestly try it myself. For the younger kids, we're going to have a Paw Patrol bounce house. We'll be having lawn games set up, such as cornhole, ring toss, fun for the whole family. We will also be having a DJ booth set up for some entertainment. We'll be having some music, and they'll just be an overall great day. And last but not least, we actually are lucky enough to have a local group of GM retirees that are going to be bringing out their classic cars to our parking lot. So anyone interested in classic cars is more than welcome to come visit with them, take pictures with them, talk to them, whatever you'd like.
You get the full Woodward Dream Cruise experience while also helping a great cause right here in Oakland County and in the Metro Detroit area. We're joined by Dean Herzog. He is the social media coordinator at Grace Centers of Hope, holding its first annual Cruising with GCH event this Saturday, August 20th, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Again, that's going to be located at Grace Gospel Fellowship at 65 Huron Street in Pontiac, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. this weekend. You mentioned, Saturday, August 20th this weekend. You mentioned also the food trucks. Some of the proceeds will be going toward Grace Centers of Hope programs. Tell us about some of the food trucks for those that are interested in attending, eating some good food, and of course, helping a good cause.
Absolutely. We got pizza, we got snow cones, popcorn, which I know kids love snow cones and popcorn. We got baked goods from Dr. Tia's, which I love baked goods. Moore's cheesecake. Cheesecake is fantastic. T-Dub's Grubs. Everyone loves barbecue. And last but not least, it'll be a little bit early when we start. So Riley's Catering was nice enough to switch her menu to breakfast food for us.
More information, gracecentersofhope.org, gracecentersofhope.org/cruising with GCH for information specific to this event, the first annual event happening this Saturday, August 20th from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m., where you can also enter a raffle to potentially win a 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air Convertible, $25 per ticket and $100 for 5 tickets. You can purchase those online right now before the event or at the event as well. Again, Saturday, August 20th, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. in the parking lot of Grace Gospel Fellowship at 65 East Huron Street in Pontiac. Michigan. Again, more information, gracecentersofhope.org. Dean, beyond this event, if people want to get involved with Grace Centers of Hope, what sort of volunteer opportunities are available or other ways that they can help this organization?
There's tons of ways that you can help around Grace Centers of Hope. We have volunteers that help in the kitchen, volunteers that help for our women's program, our men's program, volunteers that help planting, doing yard work. We have plenty of things to do for volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering for Grace Centers of Hope, you can just go to www.gracecentersofhope.org /volunteer, and you should be able to sign up on the volunteer hub and see exactly what we have going at Grace Centers of Hope. And since we're, running up on time a little bit, you mind if I give some details on the beautiful car we're auctioning off or raffling off?
Absolutely.
All right. So this is a 1956 Chevy Bel Air Convertible, 265 cubic liter engine, 4-barrel carburetor, auto trans, dual exhaust, power steering, power brakes, power convertible top, electric wipers, tinted windows, interior courtesy lights, AM radio, clock, front and rear bumpers, Sierra gold and Adobe beige paint with copper and beige vinyl interior. The body off restoration was done by Snodgrass Restorations, and the car raffle will end a year from now on August 19th, 2023. And just know all of the proceeds from this car raffle will be benefiting the 43 women we have currently in our program. We currently have 51 men in our program, and we currently have 58 kids enrolled in our daycare. So the proceeds from this raffle will directly benefit those programs and help those men, women, and children get the love and the help that they need.
gracecentersofhope.org is their website. You can visit gracecentersofhope.org /cruising with GCH for more information on this upcoming event. Dean, appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me, Tyler.
One more time, the event is August 20th. That's this week, Saturday, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. at the Grace Gospel Fellowship, 65 East Huron Street in Pontiac. Again, 65 East Huron Street in Pontiac, Saturday, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Cruising with GCH, including their charity car raffle where you can win a 1956 Chevy Bel Air Convertible, $25 per ticket, $100 for 5 tickets. To attend the event, it's free. Of course, you got to pay for the food, and you got to pay for the raffle tickets, and all those proceeds go directly to Grace Centers of Hope. Partial proceeds from the food trucks, of course, supporting local businesses as well. That will do it for this edition of the Megacast. We thank you for tuning in and appreciate everybody that joined us on today's edition of the program. If you're just tuning in or you're tuning in to another live to tape edition or on demand edition of this, you can find all of our programs by visiting civiccentertv.com/megacast, where you'll find info on all of our partnering TV, radio, and streaming stations all across the Great Lakes State, and find each one of our full episodes and individual interviews on demand so you can watch the Megacast at your pace. You can also join us live every day, Monday through Friday, from 10 a.m. until 11 p.m. We were formerly a 2-hour-long program with 1 hour dedicated to Oakland County and 1 hour dedicated to the entire state of Michigan at large. We are now consolidating that into 1 hour, a little bit quicker pace, a little more, but just as much information and news from all across the great state of Michigan. civiccentertv.com/megacast for all of that information and to find us on demand. While you're on our website at civiccentertv.com, we encourage you to go over to our local news page and keep up to date on accurate information from experts federally at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, statewide from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and locally here in Oakland County from the Oakland County Health Division. Just go to the top of the page, click on any of those links to the CDC, the MDHHS, or the Oakland County Health Division. That takes you directly to their COVID-19 specific pages, so you don't have to navigate through a giant, clunky government website to get what you're looking for and get that information at your own pace. In addition, on our local news page, we pull articles from the news outlets all across the great state of Michigan every day to keep you updated on COVID-19, as well as other news and headlines that are important stories in your community. You can go through, read those articles in full. We'll review them a little bit here at the beginning of our program each and every day. But as you click through and you read those articles, read the supporting information, and of course, enjoy other content from those publications. If you have the means to do so, we highly encourage you to subscribe to those publications and support journalism in your community. civiccentertv.com/local-news, or click on our local news link at civiccentertv.com. I want to give a big thank you to everybody that joined us on today's edition of the Megacast. Richard Azonian, the creative consultant at Lighthouse Immersive Detroit. Sam Mertens, instructor of digital marketing in the digital marketing certificate program at Oakland University. And of course, Dean Herzog, from the social media coordinator from Grace Centers of Hope. That is going to do it for this edition of the Megacast. You can find us each and every day live from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. and find us on demand on civiccentertv.com. Until then, we'll return to regular programming across our network, and we'll be back tomorrow with a new edition of the Megacast.